Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to La Lido Loca. We're live from the edge. It's Don and I. I got Don down here in the old, kind of Don.
Yeah, yeah. Although I had it worse than you did because
Yes,
they made a mistake on my internet.
right.
I have the streaming internet and signed me up for surfing, which means you can't do nothing, basically, but check your email.
Yeah.
And I was trying to download a video, an 8-minute video. It took me 15 and a half hours to download it.
15 and a half
people are wondering
hours.
why I'm not going live. Well, that was the reason, because I couldn't even download a video, let alone go live.
Let me try this. I'm going to try to lessen the bandwidth. I see everybody with the buffering message. Thank you for that. Are you guys getting any audio with the buffered video? I'm going to go just with Don and I and see if maybe that releases the bandwidth a little bit. I'm actually even going to take that second camera out. I think that's how I do that. Nope, that's not how I do that. I might have to turn it off. I'm going to unplug camera so that we can maybe not have as much bandwidth. Goodbye, Nassau. It's all gone. We'll see if that helps, guys. Yeah, it's been a challenge on the ship here because of the internet. That's why we've kind of not gone live so much.
MDRs, and they're all different,
Right.
and that's besides all the specialty restaurants. And I will say, this has one of the best captains as far as if you want to meet a captain on board. Captain Kate is absolutely beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, like it was really interesting to get to meet Captain Kate. I mean, if you followed who Captain Kate is, and it was really neat to see her come on the ship and see the ship that she's running. This ship is super nice. I mean, to your point, every corner that you turned, you got a nice view.
Yeah.
And the food has been outstanding. So like this cruise is, I don't know who it would be for. It'd be like. I don't feel like this is a really like a family cruise.
I think this is a seasoned cruiser who's looking for good food, quiet atmosphere, and really nice staff.
Yeah.
That's what this is. I did not meet anybody that I would say didn't have a big smile on their face the whole cruise.
Right. Hey guys, the internet, let us know if it's not watchable at all. We can maybe try it a different way, a different time. But yeah, it's we've had hit or miss luck this week, not only uploading our stuff but doing live streams. We had a good live stream yesterday, but yeah, there's really nothing we can do about the Wi-Fi. So somebody let me know if you can hear us. We can keep talking, but if not, we'll give it a few more minutes. If it doesn't clear up, then we'll see what's up. Do you guys have any questions for us about the Edge since we're both here together? Throw some questions our way. Tony T and Dapper Don. Hello to some folks out there. Queen Beat is in the house. Mark Griffin, Linda Lou, Commander Red Hawk, Lindy Lou. That's what I meant. Deborah Weaver, Crazy Cat Traveler. What is going on, everybody? Question: is the food tastier than Carnival or just different? That's a good one, Don. You wanna field that one?
I would say it's fancier.
Fancier for sure.
You definitely have the more variety on menu as far as it's not a burger, and you're not getting the Shack on here.
Right.
You're not getting Guy's Burger. But they have the fancy meals on here, and it's every plate from the restaurants you go to goes into the next plate. It seems like it's a course as opposed to you're just buying different items.
Yeah, so I mean, if you compare that to Carnival, so like what Don said earlier, the 4 main dining rooms, and they all have different. So there's going to be like standard food that works on all of the dining rooms, like a classic menu, but then each of those dining rooms have their own take on it. And so there's like a Mediterranean one, and there's one that's more kind of French. And then the specialty restaurants are really good. So the food is really elevated here. I would say it's different. I think fancier is probably the good word to use. Yeah, there's been no. Like, we've been eating well,
Yeah,
we've
too well, very too well.
I think the last couple days, I've definitely been like I only need to eat once a day, or like barely eat the meals before the main meal. Like tonight, we got steakhouse at 8:30, and this week went by quick. It's so funny to me on cruises. It seems slow in the beginning, and then you hit some sort of point, and then it just
it flies by. Yeah.
There's still a big stage show tonight, which is exciting. How do you feel about the entertainment? Like we've seen. Tonight will be the third night that the the Broadway or the staff is doing their show.
Yeah.
The staff on the ship, and then they've had guest entertainment. What do you think overall about the entertainment compared to what we've done before?
Overall, it's comparable with something along the lines that you would see on Princess Cruise Lines. Same sort of setup. The stage on this one is different. It's like a theater of the round.
Yeah, a little bit
sort
of
of.
theater in the round.
And if they try and mix it, the Broadway shows are better at mixing around and moving around. But last night we saw a pianist.
Yeah.
And basically we looked at the back of the pianist for the entire show.
Yeah, that's a challenge with the theater in the round. Like the side that I found a seat that I really like, and for most shows it's been really good. But there's been a couple of shows where you just can't see the performer; you just see the back. Jackie Otis, thank you so much for the super chat. Hope you're doing well over there in the UK today. Thank you for your continued support. We don't have any special unless Don's going to put on the luchador mask. We don't, no way to go super chat. My social media, thank you so much for the super chat. Thanks for answering my question about the food in comparison to Carnival. I will be booking in 2022. Yeah, I mean, this is, it's a nice elevated environment. I say Carnival is to Royal, and I haven't been on Norwegian, but I feel like Carnival is to Royal, is to Norwegian, is to MSC. I feel like that's going to be your tier 1 of cruising. Great entry points, all different kind of variety between those 4 where you can go and sample a lot of things, but then you move up a level to Princess, Celebrity. What else lives at this second tier, do you think?
Azamara would be up there. And then you get into the Oceanas.
Then you go to a higher level. So to me, if you got your fill of Carnival, Royal, MSC, Norwegian, if you've lived that life and you enjoy it, but you want to see something even to the next level, try Celebrity, try Princess. Celebrity is more of I would say a modern kind of deal. Princess is more of a classical kind of thing, but they're both really good. What are you laughing at? What'd you see?
I hope you meant piano player. Yes.
Yes.
I pronounced it very well.
You did say pianist. Very well. Question from Jeffrey. How does it feel for both of us to have over 100,000 subscribers? How does it feel individually, or how does it feel as friends to both have over 100,000 subscribers? Let me talk to the friends perspective. I was super excited when Don hit 100,000, but now that we're both here, it's cool because we've spent a lot of time over the last 4 years building our friendship, and not only just building a personal friendship, but building a YouTube friendship, talking about how to do YouTube and that kind of thing. And so I feel like it's a cool accomplishment as friends that we were
cheering each other on the whole time. There's never a competitiveness or anything.
Right.
If Tony jumps ahead of me go for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We always cheer each other on.
Yeah, I mean, and then just to be fun, so Don is the biggest cruise tuber in Canada.
For another month till Tony passes. In Canada. Yeah, in Canada, I'm right up there.
I'm the second biggest, if we count Jim Zim, I'm the second biggest cruise tuber in the United States. And so, we're trying to chase down, our friend Gary Bimbridge Tips for Travelers. But, it feels great. Again, I've said it before, though, for all the creators out there, we're all on the same journey. Don and I are just a little further down the road. So it's no different than if you're grinding away at 10,000 subs or 25,000 subs or 500 subs. You're still doing the work, and you're hoping the work takes you to where you want to go. And so, it's very satisfying as we hit these milestones.
Now, I did see a question there, Don, and I guess, Tony, for you. Is it Princess or Celebrity? They're pretty darn comparable.
We're going to break up on this one.
We might. I would still probably go Princess.
Yes.
Because it's so familiar. Like, every ship is kind of designed the same way, only bigger, depending on the size of the ship. I'm a big entertainment person. This has as good as entertainment on board. I'm not sold on the theater yet.
Don doesn't like the theater.
I'm getting it, but I'm not a big fan. I'll show you in the videos. I'll show you what I'm talking about, because if I can't see it from every seat, it's not a good theater to me.
Right.
And that annoys me. And the place where they hold the game shows right now in the club, not as good.
Yeah.
Not as good as on Princess, because Princess has set it up for Princess Live.
Yeah.
But the food is very comparable. This has more specialty restaurants. And if you're looking for variety in main dining, Celebrity wins in that category as well. Because Princess is basically the same dining in each place, the same food.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for that, it's you're not going to be disappointed with either cruise line. Absolutely.
Yeah, so for me, this is my second Celebrity, and then in a couple months when we go to Alaska, it'll be my second Princess. I do like the vibe of celebrity. I like the modern furniture. I like the way that I like the different food options. I don't like either one of them, and the fact that now that I've lived in Florida for over a year, I don't ever want to wear pants. Like, and maybe I got to try Norwegian.
He's wearing pants now.
I'm just wearing short pants. I mean, but I don't want to wear long pants. And so, like the nighttime here is definitely a pants-centric kind of thing. So it's not a big deal. I don't mind wearing pants at night, but I think celebrity's winning it for me right now. I tell you what, I got to go this morning, and you guys make sure you look out for this tomorrow. Don was kind enough to share his sweet experience with me. So I filmed Don's cabin, not as extensively as Don will film it, so make sure you're subscribed to Don to see all the nooks and crannies. But I went to his cabin. I did a little filming in the restaurant that goes along with the suite as a suite perk, and then I filmed the retreat area. That suite life, that's the question in the comments tomorrow that we're all going to have to work through. Is that suite life worth the money? Because it's pretty sweet, but I'll show you all that tomorrow. Yeah. But, I tell you what, I think, like, this could be a scenario where Jenny and I, maybe once a year, we get a suite, and we would go do it on, like, a celebrity or do it on a princess. Fred's Model 3N, thank you so much for the super chat. Tony and Don, thank you so much for going live for us during these times. Can't wait to see your newest vlogs. Have fun cruising. Fred from San Diego. Thank you so much, Fred. Yeah, we're having a blast. We're both very similar in the same way. We've been filming the ship throughout the whole cruise. We've been filming a lot of stuff, but I like to get home and process it, like in my head and then also on my computer where I can have good access to epidemic sound so that I can get all my music and stuff like that. And so I've been asked along the way, like, how you liking the cruise? And it's like, I don't know, like I really gotta feel it, when I get back. So, but yeah, there's definitely gonna be more coming off of the ship. I don't know if you saw Don's video today. He had such a great interaction with Captain Kate. Now I talked to Captain Kate and I got a picture, but I don't have any cool videos, so I'm officially jealous. Officially jealous. Yeah. It passed, but Crazy Cat Traveler asked something. Am I somehow making up for sending Don? Or is Don getting even for me? Is Don getting even with me
for you going on the adventure?
Yeah. I think I made it up by showing up. Right? I did the good friend thing. I know I'm getting the benefit of going on the cruise, but I'm here by myself, all sad, down in this, this cabin and not a suite. So I think I'm thinking I'm paying my penance.
Hey, for the first time, I'm not by myself.
That's right.
In a long, long time. I brought my friend Alicia along with me.
Yeah.
Who has had a blast, right?
Yeah.
She, her eyes are lit up in every experience that we've done. So she's had a really, really good time.
Yeah.
And that was a big thing for me, to make sure my friend, because she's had a rough year with the pandemic, in and out of work and that, and now she had a good time. She has another year before she can get back on a cruise again, get her back to work, stop being lazy, and we'll see her again next year.
So I'm showing 3, and it's been really nice to meet Alicia, and I've been trying to stay out of their way. I mean, they're really good friends. Like, people have that question. Like, Alicia was in the video a little bit today, my video, and but you guys are friends. So I guess we should answer that question. So if you're still trying to marry Don to get him out of Canada, he's still on the market.
Yes.
So yeah, you don't have anything to worry about that. But yeah, it's been really great seeing somebody who doesn't cruise that often, like seeing the excitement that she's had. So that's been very cool also. Question, Tony, now that you've gone on a couple solo cruises, which do you like better, solo or with your family or with a group cruise? I'm a compartmentalized kind of guy. Obviously, I love cruising with Jenny the best. And, we're trying to make some plans where we can do some cruises where it's just her and I relaxing. What I've liked about the solo cruises is it's been a very tumultuous year for everybody. And the first cruise that I went on out at Adventure, in my mind, I'm like, I'm going by myself. That means, I don't have the concerns of trying to take care of my lady. I just have to take care of myself. I have to just cruise solo. That thing was off the chain because there were so many people there that, cruising was back. That was not a super relaxing cruise. I had a blast, but it wasn't a super relaxing cruise. This cruise has been super relaxing. I've taken a lot of naps. I've had some great alone time to de-stress and decompress. And but I guess in order of operation, it just depends what's going on. Like, I love the group cruises. I love cruising with friends. I always want to cruise with my wife. It's like pizza, man. I can't pick one. I like Chicago and New York style. I'll take that cruise life any way I can get it. But if I had to pick first, I would be cruising with Jenny. It's fun cruising with Don, though. But Don brought somebody, so, the bromance didn't get to fully flourish this trip.
No, we can't do next one. Your wife's on the next one too.
Yeah, so now Don's got to suffer with me having somebody the next trip, and then when we go to Alaska, that's what's going to happen.
I saw a few questions. I get my test to return back to Canada this evening.
Yeah.
It's provided by the cruise line as long as you need one to go. And it'll be ready this evening, and I'll be able to fill in my arrive cam to sign up for my flight tomorrow, so everything will be fine.
Yes.
As long as I'm not positive tonight.
We've had 2 cases, and two people removed off of the ship, so that's been interesting. But yeah, so we're looking to see how Don's test goes tonight, and then I go to Miami, and I'll have to get a test before I get on the MSC cruise. So we're both coming up against a test. Yeah.
That's not really a question, Joe and Tex. But yes, Alicia's a very beautiful young woman.
That's
absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, and we don't have to objectify Don's friend.
I know what she is. I'm not blind.
Happy cruising to the troublesome twosome. I like that. Thanks for all your combined vlogs. Big hugs from the UK. Thank you, minus my memory. I'm surprised I can read that from across the room.
Yeah.
But yeah, question Don. Heard any more about the troll on your channel? Sending link to my channel about your sitch. Worried.
Yeah, it's not really a worry unless people call that number. It doesn't link to anything really, but it's anytime you see somebody anywhere on any YouTube channel saying contact me by WhatsApp, it's a troll. They're looking for something. They're just trying to scam your money. Never ever do it. I just want to make sure that was out there. Reported it to YouTube right away. Yes, no, it's not Tony. Somebody said, is that Tony your troll? No, he's not. But it's not the first time it's happened. It's happened many times in the past. And I can only imagine what happens to those people with millions of subscribers out there, like PewDiePie and all that.
Yeah.
Must happen all the time. Unfortunately, we don't have anybody that is working our YouTube channel for us. We control it ourselves, so we have to catch it. And I had no internet for 4 days, and that person had that time to put that in there for a little while till I was able to see it. And then as soon as I saw it, I contacted YouTube, removed them from the channel, and hopefully that's the end of that.
Yeah, it's annoying. Like it's a lot of work to go through and clean all that out. And I'm so with you on the not loving that. M Favors asked the question, Tony, have you slept with the balcony doors open and with the windows down? I would never do that because I don't like the outside. So I love the fact that this room is air conditioned and I can look out that window. I have dropped the window and played balcony life occasionally, but then I'm like, oh, it's too hot. It's too windy. I don't put the window up. And so, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, it's not like going outside for a balcony. And I'm like, exactly. It's not like going outside for a balcony. It's a full, floor to ceiling window. It's like seeing everything you want to see out of a balcony. But I have dropped it while we're like at sailing, and it's nice. You can smell the sea, and I usually do it when it's dark though. The sun. Oh, the sun. Don went out for a great excursion yesterday.
Yeah, I did.
Yesterday, Cozumel, right?
No, the day before. Yesterday was Sea Day.
Yeah.
We did the speedboats there and snorkeling, and that was really fun.
Yep.
We had really strong tide though. Some people were struggling in the tide, but luckily I'm pretty strong for swimming. Done it all my life, so snorkeling and that. But the speedboats are fun, and they were looking at the people testing the speedboats and everything, and I guess he saw that I have driven boats before, so he put me in the front and let us open it up, and so we were getting all the big waves, and they were getting kind of the wakes a little bit, so we were getting that good love. So yeah, we had a lot of fun with that.
Absolutely. Another question, Don, what was Alicia's reaction when she saw her cabin?
Yeah, she not only Alicia, myself. Remember, I've never booked
me too.
a
Wait till you
suite.
see my reaction tomorrow.
Never booked a suite before, and it was beautiful. Like, the room is gorgeous, and
it's great.
I was just talking to Tony. I came down and I was spending time. Tony was getting a drink for the live stream, and I was sitting here and I was filming it like this, and I'm going, oh no, because this is the normal room I stay in. This is an average size room. It's right. And now I looked at that suite, and I'm going, now I feel like I'm like this. And I don't want to have to book a suite every time I cruise, but that was the fear, and now the fear is real.
Don's all of his money's gonna be going to suites. We're gonna have to be sending Don money up to Canada.
I
That's sweet life.
I can swim in my shower. It's huge. It's amazing, and my balcony is more than double.
Yeah, more than double.
That balcony.
I don't feel like he's rubbing it in at all.
No,
I really don't.
But remember, I got a really good deal. Really, really good deal. So.
Yeah, Don looked at this in December, and it's double.
Yeah. When I was talking to Captain Kate, she mentioned that she's going away for a little bit on her vacation, and she comes back on December 15th, and she's, why don't you come down and visit during Christmas? And I said, okay. And then I checked out the price of the same cabin I'm in, and it's literally double the price. And it's not because it's Christmas, because I looked the week before, and I looked in January, and I looked in February, and it's still the same price.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Have we got to 800 likes yet? Come on.
Oh.
I mean, it's Don and I. I think we could get to 1,000.
And really poor internet. Come on.
And poor internet.
Well, give us a break.
Kurt Berry, thank you so much for the super chat. Tony and Don, inquiring minds want to know, how do you compare the Mexican food in Cozumel with the Mexican food you eat in the U.S.? I had Mexican food in Cozumel last month. It was delicious. I mean, the guacamole was fresh. The ceviche was fresh. I don't know. It's very comparable, but I usually try to find authentic Mexican restaurants that are ran by people from Mexico, and so I find it to be very similar. I haven't had any experience. The most authentic food I had was Puerto Rican food in San Juan. That was unlike any food that I'd had in the U.S., but Mexico food seems very similar.
However, you live in Florida.
Yes.
Move down further north, and the food changes. It gets much more blander as you go. So
your food is probably the Mexican food's maybe better than yours, right?
Yeah.
I just slid to the bottom question, Don. I am a fellow Canadian, and I was wondering, how much did you have to pay for testing, and how was it getting traveler's insurance? The Canadian traveling process is very confusing right now. From Amy C.
Okay, Amy. Yes, absolutely. It's super confusing. You have to specifically request that you got cruise vacation. A lot of the insurance companies are refusing to insure Canadians right now because the watch out there from our government and also the CDC in the United States says, do not cruise. Recommended not to cruise, right? Even though they're opening up the cruise ports and all this. So the insurance is probably going to catch up to that shortly when the government changes. Government's always behind. They say something and then their actions take longer. So that's the reason that's happening. But as far as the test is concerned, I just looked online, I Googled it, and I said, COVID test for flights in Ottawa. And boom, a place came up. The price was $75, and I scheduled my time 2 days ahead of my flight. It worked out. It came in the next day. It was all fine and perfectly acceptable. When I got to the cruise port here and I showed our Canadian printout that I have my vaccine, double vaccine, because it's just a printout. We don't get a card. The girl just looked at it and says, what is this? And I said, that's what we get in Canada. And I had to show her all on the email exactly what was everything. Right? I had to explain to her, this is where it says the COVID first dose. This is where it says the second dose. Here's the date. Because she had no idea what she was looking at. Obviously, I was the first Canadian traveler that she's seen. So, it's not
a little complicated,
but as far as, it wasn't hard. The flight was beautiful. Landing was easy. They didn't question me when I got to the airport. You're traveling. This isn't an emergency. You're not traveling for business. No, I'm going on a cruise. And I said, I'm going on a cruise. And so, no problems.
My brother is in the house. He says, hey, Don. And Don said, hey, Chris, don't talk to him because you're not going to Alaska with us. What the heck? There's still time, bro.
He had me all set up saying that you're coming to Alaska with us, and now you're not.
There's still time, bro. There's still time. We can do it for your birthday. Vinny, thank you so much for the super chat. What's your opinion on MSC? I'll be on August the 9th.
Yep. 9th?
No, he'll be on August.
Oh, he'll on
August.
Yeah. You're on.
I'm on August the 2nd. I like MSC. Been on the Seaside. Been on the Divina. It's not for everybody. Let me tell you this. It's a pretty eclectic cruise. They draw a lot of Europeans, and so it's a very big mix of people. And because it's a mix of people from different nationalities, their entertainment is really not language-centric.
Yeah.
And so you'll have all kinds of... I like it, but I like the chaos. I like it. The buffet doesn't have 457 selections, but they got 50, and the 50 are good, but not everybody likes the fact that there's not 457 selections. Ships are pretty. I don't know. It's different, and the prices are usually good. But I wouldn't kick MSC out of bed.
No, I will tell you different. There is a big difference. MSC Europe and MSC of the United States.
Yeah.
They have tried to Americanize and North Americanize a little bit more the cruise ships leaving out of here, but in Europe they're very much different. Like you don't hear English too often. You'll hear the Italian, you'll hear German, you'll hear a lot of that. Much less you're going to hear English. The show's the same way. Lots of opera in Europe, so you just be prepared for that. But here they do have some, they have some pretty good Broadway shows and that.
All right, let's do a mic check. Check. Can you guys hear me?
Testing 1 2.
I feel like Don's on. Maybe mine's too far down. Can you guys hear this? Can you hear me now? Is it too loud? It was off. Like when I started seeing those messages, it was off. It was on at the beginning of the show. Let me give some thanks for a couple more super chats. Maggie R, thank you for the super chat. Chipping in to the Specialty Coffee Fund. Hope you're having an awesome time, Tony and Don. So I get you're probably chipping into the gambling fund because we got all the specialty coffee included. But I'll take it for the chip in on the special. Don, man, so we did this thing on this cruise line. They have their version of bingo is like this deal or no deal. And it was actually really cool. Are you going to put a video out about the people who got down to 2 cases?
I have it on my second channel. I'm going to call Drama on the Cruise Ship.
Yeah, so, and I'll put out some video too, but there were a couple that got down to, they either were going to win 5 cents or $1,000, and it's a pretty good ending, so I don't want to spoil it. But at the same time, you play along with the people. I won like $25. I paid $40 to buy 3 tickets. I won $25 back, so I lost $15. Don paid. So Don and Alicia. So Don was in for $80, but the final outcome was you got what, $210.
$210. We were the big winner of all the audience. We had the highest winnings of the audience, and we parlayed that into another couple $100.
Are we into conspiracy theories? Is it because Don's into the suite?
Hey, if there was a conspiracy series, I would have been the one up playing the game.
Yeah, big shout out to a follower, the Jackster, that watches both Don and I. The Jackster was able to go down on the floor and play Deal or No Deal. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So like no traditional bingo here, but another way to have that little bingo-esque type gambling, which I thought was cool. Life Journeys with Tammy 2.0. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. These videos and live streams have been a bright spot on these dark days since my husband's diagnosis. Very soon in the future, we will also be living that cruise life. Man, best of it to your husband. Hope for a speedy recovery. Yeah. And thank you so kindly for the super chat. And we're glad that we can play that role right now. So thank you so much. Question, where did I get my shirt? I probably got it at the Big and Tall or JCPenney's Big and Tall. Most of my clothes come from JCPenney's Big and Tall or Casual Mail. Question for Don. Before this question for Don, will Don be on the Vloggers Cruise? Yes.
I did book it. I didn't tell too many people, but a lot of people were asking me, please be on it. And I said, well, I feel very guilty if I don't. So yes, I did book it.
That's right. So now Don's locked in, and that will be fun. Don, is the Panama Canal cruise still going in April 2022?
As far as we know, it hasn't been canceled yet. I'm still worried about. That's the only one I'm really worried about right now because they haven't announced the restart of the island yet. And that's the cruise ship we're on. I think they'll be announcing that it's going to start up in January, and that is the World Cruise segment starts up at that point. So I'm pretty sure that's what they want to get running for that ship. I don't think they want to miss out on the World Cruise. It's sold out. So,
the ship show, man, about caused a paranoia. I better not. The ship. Somebody asked what we were wearing, and I was going to say it was COVID trackers. They're microphones. It's microphones, guys. This is how you can hear us. The ship show. Hey, what's up, John? Thanks for being here, buddy. Looking good, boys. Do me a favor and drop $20 on the number 14 for you. Like on the 14th floor. On the roulette table. Very nice. Thank you, Chuck Spencer. Thanks for the mic check. I appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. Just want to make sure I didn't miss any of them. Lucretia B, thank you so much for the super chat. Just binge watch Cruise Wars. I need it back. That was so entertaining. Team Jenny, have you ever watched the Cruise Wars battles? That's where we brought other creators in. You can see Don go at it with La Lita Loca. And Cruise Wars is a lot of fun. Thank you for the super chat. Super chat, yeah, super chat day. Kent D, is Captain Kate really as cool as she seems? 100%.
She's exactly the person you hope she is.
Yes.
So absolutely. And you know what? People asked her a question. I love this because she did a live Q&A and she talked a little bit about how she got started. A lot of people got misinformation. Some people think she started as a cruise director and all that. No, she's always been going for an officer's duty, and she's many years, right, in officers training and things like that. She's been on banana boats. She's been on Disney Cruise Line, lots of things. And they were asked, what was the thing that held you back as a woman to become the first woman cruiser? And she said nothing. It was my own. It takes a long time to become a captain, and we only started trying to get into this industry recently.
Yeah.
Right? She says out of the 10 people that were in her class that were female, only 2 are working on ships right now, and out of the males, only 5. So that's nobody. Not everyone makes it. So I love that attitude. It wasn't all about nothing held me back. I went for it and I got it.
Yeah, such a strong leader. Super impressive. Don's second channel is called Just Don, J-U-S-T, Don. A lot of great content there. Go follow Don there. Let's see, the Vloggers Cruise. If you go to lalitaloca.com/group cruise, you can see the schedule. It's the only thing in 2023. It's on the Norwegian something. I think it's it's not the only Norwegian we have up there, but it's in 2023, January 2023, out of New Orleans. All the deets are there on where it's going and all that.
Isn't it the Escape? Maybe?
Could be,
I think
yeah.
So.
Kelly Land, question, was it a rough cruise or smooth sailing? It's been smooth the whole way. We kicked up, so we left late from Cozumel?
Yeah.
We left late from Cozumel because of they had to get the person off the first night with the COVID. And we left a couple hours late. It felt like we were going faster that night. I don't know, just to make schedule, but sometimes I feel like they go faster at night when it gets close to sleeping time, and then it's smooth during the day. But it's been very, very smooth, the whole deal. Let's see.
What was that? Can you scroll? You can't do this
up or
one,
down?
Eh?
I don't know, maybe.
Oh, yeah, you can't go. Just a little bit up, just a little bit of something about the Vlogger Cruise Will I MC.
Don, will you MC the Vloggers Cruise Karaoke Challenge?
I'll MC, as long as I don't have to sing.
They have live band karaoke here. They only did it one night, and I didn't work my gumption up to do it, but I might still try it. I think they have it tonight, but we got a pretty busy night schedule. We're going to the steakhouse tonight.
Steakhouse?
We'll probably have steak. And then show first, the way our reservation fell, we normally go to the 9 o'clock show, but we're going 7 o'clock show, 8:30 steakhouse, and then who knows what the night holds. We got to get our bags packed. You got to have your bags outside the window or outside the door tonight, right?
By 10, yeah.
By 10. I've got everything in just a medium-sized suitcase, so I'm there you go, breakaway. Breakaway. Jenny B is in the house. Big shout out to the Blue Crew, keeping it all locked down. Tinkerbell, my lovely wife, Jenny B. You all know Jenny B.
Jenny, why aren't you on the cruise?
Where you at, Jenny? Because she would be hating you right now. I tell you, if Jenny was on this cruise and we went and saw that suite, she would be divorcing me. She would be like, kidding. We're not getting divorced, everybody. Calm down. I know everybody's trying to... But man, she would be like looking at you like, let me know when you're out of that room, Don, so that I can use that bathtub.
I think her and Alicia would have got along great.
Yeah, they would have been fine. Yeah, the big disappointment for Jenny B. So we're supposed to maybe do this cruise again, and when we do it again, Captain Kate's not going to be on board. Jenny was not excited.
No.
I love you, Jenny. I miss you, baby. Don't mean to bring up bad memories.
From last night.
That's right. Jim wants to know, what stabilizer are you using for your new phone?
Oh, the Osmo
Open
4.
the drawer.
Oh, down here?
Maybe. Can you reach it over there? It's in that black case.
All right.
We'll show Jim. I stole Don's stabilizer.
He asked me about it. The next thing I know, he has it on him.
Yeah. There it is, right there.
There's the stabilizer.
It's the Osmo 4.
With the... Oh, how did it turn on?
Powered on. It's magic.
And this is what you attach to the phone. It's magnetic. And you line up the DJI with the DJI, and it just pops in like that with your phone on it. And it's very compact for traveling, which is what we like. And it's strong enough for the new phones.
Commander Red Hawk says we have 6 dislikes. I believe we can get to 10 dislikes before the show is over. So if you're out there and you're hating us and you're on the fence whether to interact or not, hit the dislike button. But for everybody else, we should be able to get to 1,000. It only shows 670 on my side. Are we really at 670? Is that it? 37 minutes in.
How many people are watching?
I don't even know how many people are watching.
If we only have 700, it's going to hard to
I
get
think
to
we
1,000.
there might be 2,000. Let's see. Tom says he just got an email from Celebrity indicating a PCR antigen test is required 72 hours before embarkation on Millennium for August 27th, the last cruise. It does make sense.
Royal just did it, right?
Royal just did it, and the cost is on you. So even for vaccinated people. So if you're on a Royal Caribbean cruise, I believe it's for the next 2 months, August, September. I think it's out, because July's over, right? So it's got August, September. You got to take your own negative COVID test result to your embarkation, and you have to pay for it yourself, which I don't like. But the cool thing, at least for MSC next week, they're going to test me before I get on, but they're paying for it. So why are we not streaming from Don's a party going on at Don's Suite? I had to pull him out of there. There's crazy stuff. I wouldn't even be allowed to be up there. Like the rumors would be, it'd be flying.
The alarms go off.
Be flying.
When non-suite people show up.
Yeah, that's right. They come and get you. There's a non-suite police come and get you. That's right.
And we keep you in anticipation for when we show you the suite.
Yes. So you have to watch my video tomorrow. See, I got a master plan. You guys have already seen this cabin. I'm not going to show you Don's nice cabin without you watching my video. And then you're going to be like, well, what's in every nook and cranny? And then you're going to have to watch Don's video. So how about that? How about that? Oh, man. It's been a blast, right?
It has, yeah. I'm so glad to be back cruising.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big takeaway. So, we've been very fortunate here. That, people will ask the question, does it feel like cruising before the pandemic? This very much feels like the cruising before pandemic. The big exceptions, when we went to Costa Maya, you could not go past the port area at Costa Maya unless you had a ship excursion or you used one of their curated taxis. So there were taxis that they had vetted for protocols, and you could take one of those. The next day we went to Cozumel. You could not leave the ship unless you had a ship excursion. But what was interesting is Adventure of the Seas was right next to us, and they came out of the Bahamas. We came out of Florida. Everybody on Adventure could go wherever they wanted in Cozumel. So that must be a U.S. versus the Bahamas thing. And then here in the Bahamas, or U.S. versus, and then here in the Bahamas, I just realized we could have probably taken some people off Adventure and dropped them off here at the Bahamas because this is where they started.
Yep.
I don't think they would have let you do that, but we are here in Nassau today, and you can get off and run around, and they don't care. So that's really the biggest thing, I think, that wasn't normal. There's not been any social distancing for the most part.
A couple of the entertainment venues they don't do right now. Like in Eden, there's normally a show that goes on in that restaurant with some models and some dressing up in like animal costumes and weird things. They postponed that for a little while, but they're getting ready to start it up again. So hopefully they're able to do that.
Yep. Chuck Spencer, thank you for the super chat. I am so ready to cruise 91 days.
Nice.
We know that feeling. Yeah, it's so funny, like, after not cruising for so long. So you go back to Canada until the 21st.
Yeah, 3 weeks, and then we're cruising again. So your cruise blues will set in, but it will be quickly abated by a cruise. I have so much editing and work to do and travel arrangements to make.
You won't have time. Did I miss somebody? Troy Cole, thank you for the super chat. I don't make sure I didn't miss you there. Bill Mavity, thank you so kindly for the super chat. And Larry Thomas, what's up, Larry? I can't wait to see you next month. Hello, Tony and Don. So happy you're having a great time. Been loving your vlogs. Hope to see you soon. We will see you soon, Larry. Yeah. I do appreciate the super chat. There was a question. KT said, "What's up? Are we doing good?" We're doing great. Yeah. The only bummer is that we have to get off the ship tomorrow and say goodbye to Celebrity Edge. What a nice ship she's been. Tinkerbell, thank you so much for the super chat. To answer your question earlier, I haven't been on Facebook Messenger. The challenge with the internet here is I can only be on one device at a time, and so when I'm on the laptop, like right now, I've got 13 minutes or 14 minutes of the retreat. That's the question. I got 14 minutes of the retreat that I want to show you guys, but I have to upload it. It will take 5 or 6 hours. So I can't use my phone when the laptop's on. That's what the computer will be doing tonight. Somebody said, Don, how do you like the retreat?
Because of my internet problems, I haven't been up in the retreat as often.
Yeah.
My friend Alicia has been up there all the time. Absolutely loves it. I've been up there. I looked around. I sat down for a little while. It's a beautiful place. We met the manager of the retreat. Very nice gentleman. Showed us around and everything. It's a beautiful spot.
Yeah.
It's a whole new design from their old design on the APAC, like on this class of ship, the Edge class. So I like it. It's bright, it's airy, spacious, and they're playing this like soft, tranquil spa music.
Yeah.
And it's not too loud that it interferes with conversation. Yet it's soft, and it's soft enough to lull you to sleep if you're sitting in some of those big, comfortable couches. So
yeah,
it's an experience.
I've been working each day from the coffee bar, which I love it. I love that area. That's the same way on the Equinox. Jenny and I worked from that area. But after seeing the retreat today, if I was in the retreat, I would be up in that retreat lounge doing that. Don did not say he had to go home to deal with funeral arrangements. He just said he had a lot of editing and other work to do. So.
And travel.
Yeah, travel agency
work
stuff
to do. Yeah, I'm doing a training course on social media for my travel agency.
Yeah,
and that's on the 12th, and I have to prepare all that as well. So yeah. Going to be busy for the next couple.
Steven Z wants to know if he can be the production assistant, carry the AV bags. Yeah, sometimes there's times that I feel like we could use some stuff like that. Steven Z, good to see you, man. I'm ready for some. Steven Z and I, we were over at Cozumel last month having some coconut shrimp, which was delicious, and we played some craps together. Oh, I won on the craps table last night. The drought is over, everybody. I actually won a few dollars, so I feel pretty good. I feel like I'm worthy to come back to the United States as a legitimate, degenerate gambler. Let's see. Are the buffets still self-serve? No, not on this ship. They serve you. That's working out pretty well. Again, it takes a little longer, and you got to be like Don was mentioning this morning. You have to be very specific. Like, I would like 3 pieces of bacon, or give me 2 of those. If not, you don't really have any.
They'll either not give you enough, or they'll pile it on.
Yeah.
So,
any comments about the Mardi Gras? Well, it's the big day, right? A lot of people are on for the sneak peek. A lot of travel agent folks are. I've seen some live streams going out. I haven't had a chance to watch any of it. And then tomorrow she starts her inaugural sailing. And so, yeah, I'll be looking forward to seeing footage off of that. But then it's going to be like 3 weeks before my favorite vloggers are on there. Tony and Jenny, you may know them. And then, of course, Don's Family Vacation.
I might tag along.
But, yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing it through their eyes also, because that means I'll be seeing it with my eyes. But, yeah, no, I'm excited. It's a great day for Carnival in the big ship business. Now they'll be going ready to compete with a Royal. Yep, and then I would say MSC is a big. Is the Grandiose? You've been on that. Is that as big as?
It's as big. It's not as fancy. Like it's not as many
attractions. Right.
No.
But as far as big ships, and notably, I think it's the first LNG, liquefied nitrogen gas, the first LNG there in Port Canaveral. So hopefully, I mean, the goal with that is for cruise lines to be able to say, we don't suck at environmental stuff. Hopefully that will help. So
yeah. Oh, wait till you see the suite I'm in on the Mardi Gras.
I
didn't tell you. Did I didn't tell you.
I don't know what happened to Don. He was on board, then he wasn't on board. Tony and Jenny.
I can't even be tempted, because the suite I was going to get is gone.
It's gone.
And I was looking at that before this one.
Yeah.
So the only reason I didn't book, I booked these suites is because my friend is coming instead of that one. But
it's a question from Justin: is Celebrity more like a big day spa experience compared to other cruise lines? They have a great spa experience, but no, I mean, they've got a legit big pool deck where people are drinking and getting suntan and everything else you've ever seen on a pool deck before. They've got an inside area that's got a huge martini bar and live music, and it's just like cruising. I mean, there's no water slides, flow riders, iFly, anything like that, but I would say that some people would argue that the cruising with all that other stuff isn't cruising. I mean, it's so funny how cruising's cruising, right? But yeah, I don't feel like it's a big day spa. I just feel like it's an elevated level of cruising that doesn't have some of the, I don't even want to call them bells and whistles, because they have their own form of bells and whistles. But yeah, you definitely, it's a vibe thing. All of this cruising's a vibe thing. You got to try a couple different ones and figure out what's your vibe. And this hits a lot of people in the right way. But again, it's super chill. People like to get their drink on. Like, there's a lot of different bars here. There's a lot of great food venues, and they really believe in live music, live band in the theater, live bands all over the place. And so it's it's pretty cool.
That's sad. See the one that says news break there in the middle?
Oh, thank you guys. Liquefied natural gas. I always say that wrong.
I didn't see that news story yet, but I haven't been able to get online. So just below right there.
Yeah, Ship Life was covering that story. I don't know much about it. It happens on cruise ships, and it's I talked this morning to the person that's helped me in the buffet a lot, and they basically signed up to be on board for their whole contract.
Yeah.
And so if that's 6 months, that means never leaving the cruise ship for 6 months, getting everything through the mail, and that's it. And so it's got to be hard. It's got to be hard, and unfortunately, that happening, crew members, taking their lives, is not a one-off story, sadly. And that's sad. Super sad. Super sad. I must have missed any tour of the ship. Haven't seen your videos on that. Yeah, I mean, we're still cruising, so the cruise is not over for us yet. We do the filming while we're on the ship, and then ship tour, especially something like a big ship tour, we got to get home and put music to it and all that kind of stuff. So I think just today I got 30 minutes worth of walking around the ship, and so there's a lot of footage to come. But again, we're working on internet that feels like before the internet was invented, and it's not really that fun to sit down and spend your whole day when you're supposed to be. It's a weird dichotomy, right? Everybody's like, we want to see everything that you're doing on the ship, so live stream it or show it to us. But the fact is, like, the internet's so sketchy, all you would see me doing is sitting here shaking this computer and saying cuss words. So it's best that we're actually laying it down on film, and we'll show it to you guys when we get home. So,
and just as an idea to let you guys know some of the times, I have a fairly fast computer. If you know a little bit about computers, it's an i7. It's a gaming computer. And it takes me to render one of my videos with the music and everything properly, and it can take an hour for me to render.
Yeah.
At home with my supercomputer, I call it, because I spend a ton of money on it, so I don't waste time. More than my car almost. It can edit that in under a minute.
Yeah.
So from an hour to a minute. So it's much faster, and a big television screen, you can put it up on 2 different monitors, and you can pull in your pictures that you want to do. When you're working on a 15-inch screen, it's a lot harder to do that. You want to put out
100%.
quality stuff. I'd rather show you a good video than a fast video.
Exactly. Yeah, it makes sense. Douglas Castile, thank you so much for the super chat. Does the AC turn off automatically when you open the balcony window?
Yup.
Yeah, it sure does. Like, if you leave that window open, it's going to get hot. The best you can do is close the doors for it not to get hot. Yeah, I don't think you're going to get the AC. And what's interesting is I think my window is locked right now. Like, you can't open the window all the time. So that could be a downfall that they can close it when they need to. I don't know if it's because all this dredging work is going on beside us.
And when they're doing window cleaning and that,
Yeah.
they'll tell you, please don't leave your balcony doors open. Well, here it'll automatically close up here. So.
Thomas asks, have we seen any pier runners? I've not seen any pier runners.
No, I thought we were going to the other day because we were after all aboard time and they still hadn't pulled up the gangplank for a while there in Cozumel. But no, didn't hear anything.
Crystal wants to know what the consequence is if we don't like this video. I need a list of consequences. I do make those up on the fly. Everybody is... look, please hit the like button or all of your 2 liters will be flat in your refrigerator.
Yeah,
Isn't that the worst when you go for your 2 liter and it's flat?
All your future COVID tests will be positive.
No, see, that's hardcore. No, I don't go like that. That's crazy. No, we're not wishing
This is
that
from
on
a guy who has to go for his COVID
Yeah,
test
yeah.
tonight.
So, Don, I don't know that you've logged in and liked the
I'm
video
almost
yet.
hoping I have it.
Come on, guys.
Did I tell you that?
No, you don't want... Come on.
Think about it. I feel good.
Yeah.
So if I have it, that's a good thing, right?
This is the guy that wanted to go outside and film in the typhoon.
But I would get my cruise money back
That's true.
and a free cruise.
There is that financial. That's true. You paid up for that sweet life,
And
so
I'll never
now-
get it. I'll never pay that much again.
That's right. Everybody's saying I would like a fatal disease. I would like a possibly fatal disease.
Yeah, but I feel good.
so that I could get.
If this is sick, I'm okay.
We did it, guys. We got the 10 thumbs down. I was gonna
There
say,
you go. I got it.
I was
There
going to
you
say
go.
the trolleys out there. Adventures in Retirement from Canada. Thank you so much for
Everyone
the super
knows
chat.
I'm kidding, right?
I hope so. 3 of us
Jeez.
sailing on the Mardi Gras in November and November 6th. Yoo-hoo, baby. From a distance, I'm like, I can't see that. Does it say Bobby? Bobby Bobo. What does that say? Booked on the Iona mid-February next year. Woohoo. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I can't wait to go to the UK.
Back to Europe and that again. Boy.
I've never been to Europe, so I can't wait to get there for the first time, and I'd love to be on that P&O ship. I don't know if they have Coke Zero on board, Meg. I've had Coke and Diet Coke, and I haven't seen much else
Coke
offered.
Zero anywhere else. No.
They might not. That's right. Yeah, I shouldn't talk about how bad the internet is. It will cause it to buffer. Penny D, what is the next ship you plan to sail on and when? Don and I are both sailing on the Carnival Mardi Gras on the 21st of August. That's the next one. What did we think of Eden? I thought it was cool. So I like Eden as a sit-around place. And then the dinner, I don't think that I would want it every night. It was super eclectic. There was a lot of weird combinations.
It's a tasting.
I was glad that we did it, but I wouldn't want it every night. But I think you got to do it once.
And there's two choices. And you can flip back from each side, or you can take one side or the other. I took this side. I think I would like this side because my friend had that side and it looked better.
Yeah. Philip Wagner, thank you so much for the super chat. Scott Weber, I don't know if I caught that. Thank you so much for the super chat. Don and Tony have a drink on me. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're going to have to jump right at 5 because we have to be at the theater at 6:45, and we still have a little more filming and stuff to do.
I got to go for my COVID test.
What time's your COVID test?
5:40.
Positive vibes for Don at 5:40 for this COVID test.
I feel good. I'm good.
And yeah, because we're like not socially distanced, so I hope.
Yeah. Well,
Don't be pranking me.
We might be on the cruise longer than you think.
Don't be coming back going, oh, I got some bad news. I have to tell you. I'm not buying it. I won't buy it unless you bring back a piece of paper. I'm not.
I thought the other day, because if you caught it, Tony was live when Captain Kate announced the first COVID case testing positive on board.
Yeah.
And I would love to have set up a practical joke where she came on board and said, we need Tony from La Lady Loca to appoint to the medical center right away.
Yeah.
And all his close contacts when he's on live like we are now. If she knew, because she watches Tony as well. So that would have been a great practical joke for her. And knowing her personality, she would do it.
We also heard from Captain Kate that her mom watches both of our channels. Yeah. Her mom's name is Sue, right? I don't know if you'd be watching this live stream, Sue, but
hi, Susan.
You've raised a wonderful daughter, and thank you for watching our videos. We're so happy that you do. We've met, and I just want to say that we've met so many people that watch the videos, so many crew members. These cruises coming back have really been. It's just it kind of warms your heart because sometimes Don sits there in Canada, couldn't leave Canada, and I sit there in Florida and I couldn't go anywhere, and we would do this day after day, and you're like, well, I hope this means something to somebody, and we found a lot of people. Of course, we know it means something to you guys too, but when we were on the ship and you see the crew members saying, look, we got a lot of information from you guys when we were struggling to get information. It's pretty cool. So any crew members out there still waiting to get on a ship,
we're with you guys.
We're with you, and we're going to keep trying to bring you the. It's been hard to do cruise news this week. A lot of people are throwing news out there that I don't know anything about, and but we'll get back in it. I'll be in a hotel somewhere tomorrow in Miami trying to catch up on the cruise news. Don will be back in Canada by the end of the day, and you'll be seeing some news from us. I would say pretty soon. Jackie, thank you for the super chat. P&O Iona mid-Feb 2020. 4th time lucky. Yeah, it's going to happen. I mean, they're cruising over there now, for sure. Yeah. Philip Wagner, I don't know if I said thanks for the super chat. I just want to say thank you for the super chat.
So last night, Tony's at the crap table.
Yes.
And he's playing. And I'm there, and I have my earbuds in, and I'm around the craps table, and I saw somebody stand up, one of the bosses from the pit crew bosses, stood up and started coming towards me. I thought, they think I have some kind of contraption that's making us win in the craps table. They just want to say hi. They watch the channel. That is so amazing.
Big shout out to Cheryl, the pit boss.
Yeah,
she was another
sweet.
person that said
super sweet.
Yeah. Monica Wilson, thank you so much for the super chat. Let's see. KT, don't want a mask or a test, some kind of regular life. You're going to probably have to wait, I bet, 6 months to a year for cruising. So it's this is the time of cruising chaos. You have to have you got to be flexible. This is we'll give the public service announcement. Right now, you got to be flexible when it comes to cruising. You have to expect things to change. And so if you don't have an appetite for that level of chaos, this ain't the time to go cruising, unfortunately. We've seen a lot come out this week talking about new protocols. Even on the ship, you're getting a sense that they're saying the protocols that are here this week may not be here next week and may change rapidly. So there's a sense inside this, even in this cruise ship, from the people that work on the cruise ship, that they know things are going to change. So I suspect over the next month or two or going forward, we're going to see a lot of change.
Yeah.
I thanked Monica. I think so. Yeah. Thank you, Monica Wilson. Thank you, Dwayne Kitchens, for the super chat. Have a fantastic day.
Thank you. We are actually. Every day is a fantastic day.
Kirk, if you're going to be on the Meraviglia, make sure you come up and say hello. I am voice activated. So you might see me staring off into space trying to do the calculations of the universe. But if you say my name, I will wake right up and say, what's up? Jenny knows this for true because sometimes she'll be talking to me and I will not hear her at all. So, yeah, the problem is I learned that from my grandfather, but he had hearing aids, so he was able to just go, oh, yeah, I think my battery went down. Me, I'm just...
Or turned it off.
Beverly T said the cruise went by real quick. Yeah, I mean, it did. It was slow burn, and then choom, it's almost over. We got to get off the ship. Let's see. Las Vegas mandated mask today. Yeah, I mean, I think it's coming a little bit for where people congregate. So, yeah, we're going back into an interesting vibe. Billy went into Walmart in Brooksville and Cortez. They stopped yet and said they changed their policy. Mask on again. Yeah, it's coming. Like the new information that came out about breakthrough cases and about the Delta variant. I'll explain it real quick. If you go back a month, the CDC was saying if you're fully vaccinated, you really don't have to wear a mask anywhere. At that time, the data that they had showed that the breakthrough cases from the regular virus weren't that dangerous, that the viral load was not that dangerous, that there wasn't a lot of risk of vaccinated people spreading this virus. Now, as the Delta variant has made its way into the United States, the new data that's coming in suggests that that thing is so much more contagious and that the viral load is so much higher that as you see vaccinated people getting this virus, they're seeing the viral load be so high that they say you got to put the mask back on. That's what's happening, at least from a guidance perspective. I know everybody can fight whether we believe the CDC, we don't believe the CDC, but unfortunately, they're kind of making the rules. And so if you see the Vegas and the Walmart and the cruise lines putting the mask back on based on that guidance, that's kind of why they're doing it, because they believe that we're seeing more and more vaccinated people get the virus. Vaccinated people, fortunately, with the Delta variant, still not going to the hospital a lot, still not passing away a lot, which is good. But the risk of infection is up because of this Delta variant, because everybody's getting it. And, yeah, so that's the virus talk. Yeah. Save that to the end.
And every place is different, right?
Yep.
You guys are starting to go through your process here, and now you see New York and California are talking about mandating vaccines for public service.
Yep.
We have a province in Canada that just came out and said, yeah, even if you test positive for the virus, you don't have to quarantine. You can still go out in public. That's our government telling us that.
It's crazy, right?
A month ago, they were telling us to hide in the house and bury our heads. It's hard to believe anybody out there. Everyone just do what you feel is proper for you guys. And don't be angry at anybody else for making their choice.
Unfortunately, you're also going to have to do whatever places that you want to use are telling you to do. If you want to go to Publix and they tell you to put on a mask, then you got to wear a mask. All right, so it's the top of the hour. It's 5 o'clock. Don's got to go study, last-minute study for his COVID test. We're over 1,000 likes. Thanks, everybody, for stopping. Again, the internet's out of our control. Hopefully, it was watchable. But we've had a great time from Celebrity Edge. The next time you see us...
You got to your 1,000.
That's right. The next time that you see us, we will not be on the Celebrity Edge, at least in the live form, and we'll be back separate again. And so let me say it while we're together, Don. It's always a pleasure cruising with you, man. I have such a good time, and I'm glad to see you out of Canada, and I'm glad that we got to do it.
And I'd have no idea how long it's going to be till we see each other again.
That's right.
It might even be 3 weeks.
Well, I got a surprise for you. Jenny and I got a suite on that cruise, so maybe we'll get to talk to you. Maybe we won't. I don't know.
No, you didn't.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. My name's Tony.
And I'm Don.
And this is Don's Family Vacation. Make sure you're subscribed. We are La Lido Loca. And until the next time,
have yourself a safe and a great vacation.
And we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.